We often look for a giant breakthrough, a single event that will open the floodgates of abundance. But what if I told you it's not the grand gestures that make the difference? It's the tiny, spirit, consistent habits, those small hinges that swing big doors, that open the way to wealth. The truth is, prosperity doesn't come to those who wish for it. Spirit, it comes to those who walk in it daily through discipline, faith, and action. Every day you are building your future with the small choices you make. Spirit, you are shaping your destiny by what you think, say, and do. The wealthy are not made overnight. They are shaped in the quiet mornings, in the unseen routines, Spirit, and in the faithful stewardship of little things. When you take care of the small, the big starts taking care of itself. Spirit, everything you see in your life right now is a reflection of how you've been thinking. The invisible patterns of your thoughts create the visible patterns of your world. Spirit, if your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, your circumstances will mirror those same boundaries. But when you begin to think in alignment with abundance, Spirit, doors start to open that you didn't even know existed. The mind is not just a place where ideas are born. It is the very workshop where wealth is designed, shaped, Spirit, and built long before it ever appears in your hands. The starting point of every great fortune is not money. It is thought, Spirit. The wealthy think differently because they have trained their minds to believe differently. They think increase when others think scarcity. They look for solutions when others see problems. Spirit. They don't speak defeat, they speak possibility. You must understand that your mind is a magnet. It draws toward you whatever you continuously think about. Spirit. If you constantly rehearse how hard life is, how little money you have, or how unfair your situation seems, then you're only strengthening the chains that hold you back. Spirit. But if you fill your mind with images of growth, progress, and opportunity, you begin to attract circumstances that match that belief. You cannot live a rich life while thinking poor thoughts. Spirit, every thought is a seed and your life is the garden. The question is, what are you planting each day? Seeds of doubt or seeds of destiny? Seeds of fear or seeds of faith? Spirit, the moment you begin to shift your thinking, everything around you begins to shift. Don't underestimate the power of a renewed mind. Spirit, you can change your entire financial future by changing what occupies your thoughts. Start to see money as a tool, not as a master. Don't look at wealth as something only for others. Spirit, claim it as something that belongs to you through your effort, your faith, and your purpose. Prosperity begins the moment you stop rejecting it mentally. Spirit, you cannot attract what you secretly despise or fear. Many people say they want success, but in their hearts, they believe it's out of reach. They talk about abundance, Spirit, yet they think lack all day. That contradiction keeps them stuck. Speak differently about money. Speak differently about your goals. Stop saying, I can't afford this. Instead, say, Spirit, I will find a way to create it. Stop saying, I never get a break. Say, opportunities are finding me now. Your words shape your mindset, and your mindset shapes your reality. Spirit, every time you declare something positive about your financial future, you are programming your subconscious to search for solutions instead of excuses. And when your mind is aligned with faith, Spirit, ideas begin to come, creativity awakens, and energy flows where it never did before. Guard your thoughts the way a rich man guards his treasure. Spirit, because what you allow to live in your mind will eventually live in your life. Don't allow negativity to set up camp in your imagination. Refuse to let fear have the final word. Spirit, think abundance even when you can't see it yet. Think growth even when progress feels slow, because thinking right is not pretending, it is preparing. You are preparing your spirit, your heart, spirit, and your actions for the manifestation of what you believe. The first step to becoming rich is to think rich, not in arrogance, but in confidence. When your mind changes, your decisions change. Spirit, when your decisions change, your habits change. And when your habits change, your life cannot remain the same. Everything begins with right thinking. Start there, stay there, Spirit, and your mind will lead you into a life overflowing with abundance. There is no shortcut to lasting wealth. It is built through the daily habit of diligence. Spirit success does not visit the lazy or reward the distracted. It finds those who work with intention, focus, and excellence in the small things. Spirit, every task you complete with discipline becomes a stepping stone toward your destiny. The world may applaud talent, but life rewards diligence. You may not be the smartest, the fastest, Spirit, or the most connected, but if you are diligent, consistent, and faithful in what you do, you will rise above those who depend only on bursts of effort. Wealth responds to order, not chaos. Spirit, to steady hands, not restless ones. The habit of diligence is not about working harder for the sake of exhaustion. It's about working wiser and faithfully every day. Spirit's about showing up when it's easier to stay in bed. It's about doing what must be done even when no one is watching. The wealthy don't wait for motivation. They live by discipline. Spirit, they understand that excellence today prepares the ground for reward tomorrow. If you do something half-heartedly, you are telling your future that you are not ready for more. Spirit, but when you do small things with excellence, you invite greater things to find you. You may be sweeping floors today, managing small numbers, Spirit, or serving someone else's vision. But if you do it with diligence, you are qualifying yourself for promotion. Never despise the small beginnings. Spirit, diligence turns ordinary work into extraordinary opportunity. Every master was once a beginner who refused to quit. Every millionaire once worked when no one noticed. Spirit, the difference between the average and the exceptional is consistency. One does a thing until it's convenient, the other keeps doing it until it's complete. Spirit, the habit of diligence demands you treat each moment as sacred. It means you use your time wisely, avoid wasteful distractions, and make every hour count. Spirit, you don't need to chase 1,000 things, just give your full heart to one thing at a time. The more focused you become, the more powerful your results. The diligent don't just work hard. Spirit, they work with purpose. They plan their days, set their goals, and track their progress. They understand that their time is their greatest currency. Spirit, they don't wait for the right conditions. They create them. When others are complaining about the lack of opportunity, the diligent are busy preparing to seize it. Spirit, their consistency makes them ready when the door finally opens. That's why some people seem lucky, but it's not luck, it's preparation meeting opportunity. Spirit, you cannot expect abundance if you are careless with what you already have. Be faithful in the little, and the big will be entrusted to you. Spirit, every seed of effort you sow today becomes a harvest tomorrow. Diligence is that invisible bridge between what you desire and what you receive. Don't grow weary when results seem delayed. Spirit, every season of silent effort is building your strength. There will be days when progress feels slow and the work feels unseen, but that is when diligence matters most. Keep showing up. Spirit, keep refining your skill. Keep pressing forward when others quit. Consistency may not make noise, but it builds power, and that quiet power is what separates dreamers from doers. Spirit, wealth is not given, it is grown, and diligence is the soil it grows in. You can pray for increase, but if you're lazy in action, you block your own blessing. Work with excellence. Spirit, move with urgency. Guard your time. Finish what you start. The habit of diligence transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary success. It makes you reliable, trusted, and valuable. Spirit, and value always attracts reward. Stay faithful in what's in your hands now, and in due time what's in your heart will manifest. The diligent never stay small for long. Spirit, because diligence itself is the magnet that draws wealth, opportunity, and favor into their lives. Spirit, the habit of giving and gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the creation of true wealth. Many chase after money but never learn the secret of flow. Money, like water, Spirit, must move to stay alive. When you clutch it tightly, fearfully, or selfishly, it begins to dry up. But when you allow it to flow, to bless, to help, to uplift, it returns multiplied. Spirit, the act of giving is not about losing, it's about planting. Every seed sown into the right ground carries the power to multiply beyond what the natural eye can see. Spirit, the wealthy understand this law of giving and gratitude. They don't give because they have because they give. Spirit, they know that generosity opens spiritual doors that hard work alone cannot. When you give, you align yourself with abundance, not scarcity. You declare through your action, Spirit, I have more than enough. That statement attracts increase because abundance responds to confidence, not fear. Giving breaks the grip of greed and trains your heart to trust. Spirit. The one who gives with a cheerful heart never runs out because they are connected to the endless flow of provision. Spirit, don't wait to have plenty before you start giving. Start with what you have now. The size of your seed doesn't determine its power. Your faith and heart behind it do. Spirit, when you release what's in your hand, you make space for what's meant to come next. But giving alone is not enough. It must be coupled with gratitude. Gratitude is the language of increase. Spirit, a grateful heart turns ordinary blessings into miracles. When you stop to appreciate what you already have, you send a signal to life that you are ready for more. Spirit, the ungrateful repel progress because they focus on what's missing instead of what's working. Gratitude opens your eyes to see opportunities you once overlooked. Spirit, it shifts your energy from lack to abundance, from complaint to celebration. Every time you say thank you, you multiply the joy and strength that fuel your journey. Spirit, be intentional about gratitude. Wake up and thank the Creator for another day to build, to grow, to create. Thank those who help you even in small ways. Keep a journal of blessings. Spirit, both big and small, speak words of thanks instead of words of frustration. You will begin to notice how your attitude changes, how your days feel lighter, and how your outlook becomes brighter. Spirit, gratitude attracts favor. It makes you magnetic to good things. When you live in thanksgiving, even setbacks start to serve you. And when it comes to giving, don't limit yourself to money. Spirit, give your time, give your kindness, give your attention, give encouragement when others are weary. Every act of giving multiplies the wealth within you. Spirit, a rich life is not measured only by what you accumulate, but by what you contribute. When your life becomes a channel of blessing to others, Spirit, you step into a level of prosperity that can't be measured by numbers alone. Wealth is more than money. It is peace, purpose, and the power to make a difference. Some may say, if I give, Spirit, I'll have less. But that's not how the principle works. You can't outgive the source of all provision. Spirit, every seed you sow with love and faith will find its way back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The world of the generous grows larger and larger, Spirit, while the world of the stingy grows smaller and smaller. Don't let fear of loss stop you from opening your hand. Give freely, live thankfully, and watch how life responds. Spirit, when giving and gratitude become your lifestyle, you will walk in a flow of wealth that no circumstance can stop. Spirit, because the generous and grateful heart is always connected to the endless supply of abundance. The habit of continuous learning separates those who grow from those who merely exist. Spirit, wealth doesn't just belong to those with money, it belongs to those with understanding. You can lose possessions, positions, and even people, but you can never lose what you truly know. Spirit, knowledge is a form of wealth that multiplies everything it touches. The person who keeps learning keeps rising because every new lesson opens another door. When you stop learning, Spirit, you stop expanding, and when you stop expanding, life slowly begins to shrink. The world belongs to the learners, the ones who stay curious, teachable, and hungry for truth. Spirit, every successful person understands that wisdom is the foundation of prosperity. It's not just about knowing facts, it's about knowing how to use them. Knowledge gives you direction. Spirit, wisdom gives you strategy. One without the other leaves you stuck. That's why the habit of learning must become a daily practice. Read books that stretch your mind. Spirit, listen to voices that challenge your comfort zone. Study those who have walked the path you wish to walk. Learn from their mistakes, absorb their methods, and then apply them to your life. Spirit, you can't climb a mountain you refuse to study. If you don't understand how wealth works, you'll keep working hard without results. Learning transforms effort into effectiveness. Spirit, continuous learning doesn't always happen in classrooms. It happens in conversations, failures, and reflection. Every experience carries a lesson, but not everyone receives it. Spirit, some people repeat the same mistakes year after year because they never stop to ask, what is this trying to teach me? Every challenge contains a hidden classroom. Spirit, every disappointment is a disguised mentor. When you approach life with the mindset of a student, nothing is wasted. Even pain becomes profitable when you learn from it. Spirit, the lesson you gain today becomes the wisdom that saves you tomorrow. Learning also requires humility. You cannot grow if you think you already know everything. Pride closes the door to progress. Spirit, the wise stay open, eager, and receptive. They know there's always another level of understanding waiting to be unlocked. Keep your mind flexible. The moment you stop being teachable, Spirit, you start becoming replaceable in a world that's changing every day. The ability to adapt is your greatest advantage. The habits, technologies, spirit, and systems that worked yesterday may not work tomorrow, but if you keep learning, you'll always stay ahead. Invest in your mind more than you invest in anything else. Read daily, Spirit, even for a few minutes. Listen to mentors who carry the results you desire. Surround yourself with people who stretch your thinking, not those who keep you comfortable. Spirit, protect your mental diet the way you protect your body from toxins. Don't feed your mind with negativity, gossip, or limitation. Fill it with truth, principles, spirit, and wisdom that elevate your spirit. Because when your mind grows rich, your circumstances will eventually follow. Knowledge without application is wasted potential. Spirit, so put what you learn into action. Test it, use it, refine it. Wisdom grows when it's exercised. Spirit, the wealthiest people are not those who know the most. They are those who apply what they know the fastest. Every time you take a truth and live it, it becomes part of your character. Spirit, and that character attracts prosperity because it proves you can handle increase. If you want to rise, become a lifelong learner. Be a student of success, a seeker of understanding. Spirit, and a lover of wisdom. Make learning your lifestyle, not your phase. Every page you read, every skill you practice, and every insight you apply adds another brick to your foundation of success. Spirit, continuous learning keeps your mind alive, your vision clear, and your spirit growing. It prepares you not just to make money, but to sustain it with wisdom, balance, and grace. Spirit, the more you learn, the more capable you become of creating, managing, and multiplying wealth that lasts beyond you. Vision and faith are the twin engines that drive every great achievement. Spirit, without vision, life moves in circles, and without faith, vision remains a dream. Wealth does not begin with a paycheck, it begins with a picture. Spirit, you must be able to see your future in your spirit before it ever appears in your reality. Vision gives your effort direction and your struggle purpose. When you see clearly where you're going, Spirit, you stop wasting time wandering. You stop following every distraction because your eyes are fixed on something greater. The poor think about survival, the rich think about strategy. Spirit, the wealthy don't live by what they see now, they live by what they believe they can create. Your vision must be specific. Vague dreams lead to vague results. Spirit, you can't hit a target you can't see. Write down your goals, paint the picture of your ideal future, and revisit it daily. Let your vision guide your decisions, shape your habits, Spirit, and fuel your passion. When challenges come, and they will, your vision will keep you anchored. You'll push through setbacks because you know where you're going. Spirit, most people quit not because life is too hard, but because they lose sight of what they're working for. A clear vision keeps your heart burning even when the journey feels long. Spirit, but vision alone is not enough. You need faith to bring it to life. Faith is the power that turns the unseen into the seen. It's the inner conviction that refuses to bow to doubt. Spirit, when your mind says it's impossible, faith whispers, keep going. Faith doesn't wait for the evidence, it creates it. It sees opportunity in opposition, progress in pressure, spirit and lessons in loss. Faith is not blind, it sees with spiritual eyes. It sees beyond circumstances, beyond limitations, beyond fear. Spirit, when you believe that what's inside you is greater than what's against you, you begin to walk in authority. Faith also requires action. Believing without moving is wishing. Spirit, true faith steps out before the way is clear. It takes the first step even when it doesn't see the whole staircase. Every act of obedience, every bold move. Spirit, every risk backed by conviction is a declaration that you trust the unseen, and that trust always produces results. The path of faith is not always smooth, but it is always fruitful. Spirit, every challenge you face while holding your vision strengthens your capacity for greater things. You must protect your vision and your faith from negativity. Not everyone will see what you see. Spirit. Some will doubt your dream, others will mock it, and a few will try to talk you out of it. Don't let their small sight limit your big future. Keep your heart focused on what you believe. Spirit, surround yourself with people who speak life into your vision, not those who drain it. Speak over your goals daily as though they are already done. Words spoken in faith carry creative power. Spirit, they prepare your mind, your environment, and your actions for manifestation. When vision and faith work together, they create momentum that nothing can stop. Vision gives faith a destination, Spirit, and faith gives vision the fuel to reach it. That's why the greatest wealth builders and world changers always see beyond their present condition. Spirit, they don't let today's limitations define tomorrow's possibilities. They hold the image of success so firmly in their hearts that circumstances eventually bow to it. Spirit, your wealth begins with what you see and grows with what you believe. Keep your eyes on your purpose and your heart full of faith. Spirit, the world will eventually align with the picture that you refuse to let go of. See it, believe it, walk toward it, and in time your faith will turn your vision into reality. Spirit, and your reality into a legacy that speaks for generations to come. We've walked through the foundations of wealth: right thinking, diligent work, giving and gratitude, continuous learning, Spirit, and unshakable vision and faith. These aren't just lessons, they're laws, spiritual, mental, and practical laws that govern success and abundance. Spirit, you don't have to chase wealth when you live by these principles. Wealth begins to chase you. Every tiny habit you choose today is shaping the life you'll live tomorrow. Spirit, the seeds of greatness are already within you. All they need is daily care, consistency, and belief. Don't underestimate the power of small beginnings. Spirit, you don't have to move mountains overnight. Just start by moving the stones in front of you. Wake up each day with a clear mind, a thankful heart, and a willingness to grow. Spirit, refuse to let laziness, fear, or doubt rob you of the future that's waiting for you. You were not created to live in lack. You were created to live in purpose, abundance, and impact. Spirit, wealth is not only about what you earn, but who you become. When you develop these tiny habits, wealth becomes your nature, not your goal. It flows through you because it's built in you. Spirit, the world doesn't need another person wishing for success. It needs another person becoming success. So start now. Think right, work hard, give freely, learn daily, and believe boldly. Spirit, let your life be proof that small, consistent habits guided by faith can lead to extraordinary abundance. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Spirit, don't wait for luck. Build discipline. Don't wait for approval, walk in vision. One day you'll look back and realize that every simple habit, every quiet decision, Spirit, every moment of faith added up to a life of richness, peace, and purpose. That is true wealth, not just the kind that fills your pockets, but the kind that fills your soul. Spirit, keep walking in these habits, and soon you won't just be living for success, you'll be living as the example of it.